choosing new wireless headphones that suit what you need, breathing underwater with new technology, as he does every time. This Saturday, on a Saturday, it is Tech Guide editor Stephen Fenech. And Steve, I was looking at your Instagram. You're in Broome. It's 35 degrees, getting a bit of that warm weather.
Yeah, good morning, Tim. Yeah, we're in Broome. My son's been travelling around Australia with his girlfriend for about a year and a half, and they've been in Broome for a couple of months now, so we thought we'd pay him a visit. First time we've ever been here. So, yeah, it is nice and warm and nice and sunny.
All right, now on to tech. JBL has released its new True Wireless earphones.
Yeah, JBL, one of those iconic brands when it comes to audio. They've have this new range of their True Wireless earphones. And rather than having like a one-size-fits-all approach, what JBL's done here is they've got three different ranges. They've got live, tune, and wave. So it's sort of good, better, best. Wave and live are the ones that include the active noise cancellation. But not everyone wants the same form factor. So they give the customers a choice between being a bud that fits completely in your ear or a closed stalk, so a little bit that pokes out from your ear as well, and then the open stalk as well. So the form factor is the choice of the customer. So the range, the quality will be the same, but whether you want the bud, the stalk, the open stalk, or closed stalk is then your own choice. So it's really in the hands of the customer. So there's 9 new headphones to choose from. But instead of you being given the choice, instead of you being told, well, this is the choice, you have that power now to choose the exact style that you want. And of course, the budget you want. So the amount of money you want to spend. The live series are only $199.95. Then you've got the tune is $149.95, and the wave is actually under $100. They're $89.95. So depending on the budget and depending on the form factor, that is in your control.
What about the new Snorkel?
Yeah, this is an Australian invention, and this is basically a mini scuba tank that lets you breathe underwater for about 10 minutes. Now, this is being launched through Kickstarter, so it's not available till March next year, but they're attracting a lot of investors through Kickstarter, so it will make this a go product in the next little while. So how this works, it looks like this. You can see the scuba tank there. It looks like a big water bottle. There's a mouthpiece, of course, and it allows you then to spend 10 minutes underwater, hands-free as well. So you're able to do repairs on boats or just for recreation. You're able then to spend 10 minutes underwater, and it also comes, of course, with an air compressor and a battery that allows you to quickly refill that tank and be on your way again for another 10 minutes underwater. So, yeah, as I said, not going to be available till March next year, but it is attracting a lot of interest on Kickstarter. This is the second version that the company's produced. The first was a few years ago. They sold more than 8,000 units in 65 countries, had more than 2 million US backers as well. But this is much smaller, much faster to refill. So I think it's going to see a lot of interest.
All right, a subject you probably don't want to talk about, but we need to, being such a South Sydney fan and a former player. What is going on? You'll get the win this weekend. Of course, you've got the bye, but the wheels are off.
Yeah, it's unusual to see Souths in such a shambles, really. That's all I can describe it. The whole Latrell Mitchell effort against Newcastle, his suspension now, I think any other player probably would have got a fine, but I think Latrell attracts the Latrell tax. So whatever he does, it sort of attracts a little bit more. So unfortunately, he's going to miss the match against the Roosters. That could very well decide whether we make the 8. But the whole Sam Burgess, all that whole scenario with him leaving ahead of the semi-finals. I know Souths are spinning it to say that it was on his own bat that he decided to leave the club, but I don't think that passes the pub test. It's not something that I think that a lot of Souths fans really believe. But it all comes down to what they're doing on the field, mate. And unfortunately, it just has been so inconsistent. When you look at it, look at the top 4 teams on the table. Penrith, Brisbane, Storm, Warriors. Souths have beaten all 4 of those teams, yet have lost to teams below outside the 8. The Bulldogs, Raiders, Cowboys, St George. And the fact that they've only won 4 games in the last 3 months says to me, and I've been saying it myself, that there's something wrong. And the whole Latrell Mitchell, effort versus talent, like Latrell's a once in a generation talent, but I think Braith and Astor pointed it out perfectly on NRL 360 that there were times where he really just didn't give it his best, and we need everyone to be firing. I know when I was playing, my brother and Craig Coleman they'd give you a rocket if you weren't doing everything that you needed to do. I just don't see that same sort of discipline and drive in the team right now, where they need to really sort of have some leadership and move forward as a team, because on paper they've got a roster that can win the competition.
Yeah, not that he'd like it, but it's almost got all the elements of a blockbuster Hollywood movie that Russell Crowe could star in. But we want to see a healthy South Sydney. Of course, the competition needs it. Good to chat, and enjoy the rest of your time in Western Australia.
Thanks a lot, Timmy.